I have to say, guys, I'm positively surprised that Bitcoin is still holding above this former resistance, which it looks like so far is acting as support. And guys, in today's video, I want to bring you through a couple of Bitcoin charts basically, and to give you a really good image on what I think is happening with Bitcoin, either in the shorter term time frame, but also a little bit on a bigger scale. So we are going to have a look at this chart. We are going to have a look at this specific chart on the daily time frame. We are going to have a look at the stablecoin dominance, which, by the way, is actually very, very interesting. I want to talk a little bit about the S&P 500. I also want to talk about this chart. That basically we are going to have a look on the weekly time frame. So guys, let's jump straight into it. Of course, if you like this content, make sure to leave a thumbs up. I hope all of you having a great weekend right now. I do have a great weekend. Yeah, let's dive straight into it, guys. And let's first start with this one. We actually had a megaphone formation. We had kind of a fake out to the downside. Then we had this massive rally, which we actually called from the bottom because this was the 60-day cycle low. We already, like 2 weeks in advance, said that most likely Bitcoin will bottom at the 9th of March. Well, it actually came 1 day later, the 10th of March. We actually saw the real bottom, but yeah, we were really close, and we could actually manage to time that with the premium index over on whaleportal.com, which was just very nice thing to do. But what do we see now? Bitcoin is still holding that support level, but if we go to the stablecoin dominance chart, we actually see something quite bullish only if the following thing is going to happen. So we do see that the stablecoin dominance is basically moving sideways generally right here, while the relative strength index and other momentum indicators are turning upwards. And normally these bullish divergences are actually quite bullish and shows us that the bearish momentum right here is running out of steam, which is true. It doesn't go any lower. It is actually going slightly up, at least going sideways, right? But sometimes in some unique situations, we do see the price or the chart actually moving sideways while the momentum indicators are going up, creating more space for bearish momentum. So the price moves sideways, the relative strength index coming up, and eventually we break that support back, and that means that we're going to see a massive rally in Bitcoin. Because guys, this chart has a inverse correlation with Bitcoin, which basically means that whenever this chart goes up, Bitcoin goes down, and whenever this chart goes down, Bitcoin goes up, because this chart, the stablecoin dominance chart, shows us basically where stablecoins flow, or where liquidity flows. Is liquidity flowing into stablecoins? Then people are selling Bitcoin, right? Is liquidity flowing into Bitcoin? Then the market cap of the stablecoins decreases because the stablecoins are flowing into Bitcoin. So this is a very good and unique chart which we can use for Bitcoin price prediction. And so far, actually, if we were to come down to the support and break it to the downside, that could already signal early on a rally in the Bitcoin price. So but you also have to be realistic right here. As long as we are holding this support level, we still can continue this uptrend, right? And continue that uptrend might go along with this chart going up, which might go along with, or actually will go along with, Bitcoin coming down. So do take in mind of that support right here of roughly 26,800. Do take in mind this chart, whether we break that relative strength index or whether we hold that support. Then guys, I quickly want to have a talk about the 60-day cycle. We catch that low, very beautiful right here. That high should come roughly in the middle of the cycle. So if we would see that high right now, that would be early in the cycle. Like I said that yesterday as well. It looks like Bitcoin on the shorter term time frame gets a little bit exhausted, right? But to really see that top, I don't think it is really the case. And I have another argument for that, guys. That's a very important argument. That is that after every bear market, the first rally that we've seen in Bitcoin always ended with a blow off top. And I will show you later a couple of examples for that. So yeah, the 60-day cycle, just to mention, we are still early in the cycle, which means that we we doesn't necessarily have seen the top right now, which is actually quite bullish. So guys, based on time, Bitcoin still could go up. Then when we have a look at the WhalePortal metrics, we did see that the funding rate slightly coming down. This was a great indicator, guys, for the price of Bitcoin to move back up, because as you can see, this one went down on the 26th on 10 o'clock in the 10 o'clock in the morning, but you already see this trend that the funding rate is coming down, which coincides with the price of Bitcoin actually going up right here. So that is just something to note, is that when the funding rates are coming down, especially when the markets remain bullish, when we remain in a bullish market, then the price most likely will go up. Brings me to the next chart, the S&P 500, 200 daily moving average. We are still holding above this level. Like, this actually goes against my expectations, because generally when I look at this, wait, let me get rid of the drawings and let me just get rid of the momentum indicators. Generally, when we are trading or breaking above the 200-day move or breaking below the 200-day moving average, then that most of the time actually goes along with a bigger move to the downside, almost all of the time. And there are not that much exceptions, to be honest. Right? We get here, break down below, retest, pass, further continuation. Break down below, maybe this is kind of a retest. We hover around, bam, further continuation. So far S&P 500 is actually holding quite okay. We had a break below, break back above. Right now it's holding this level as exact support. If we do bring out the drawings, we do see that we didn't catch that former support of that rising channel, so we didn't reclaim that structure yet. So we're trading a little bit between those two levels. The 200-day EMA, 200 daily moving average is at 3,930 roughly, and the resistance right here would be at 4,030. So this is also a chart to watch, but so far not too bad, because we're still holding above that daily moving average. Then guys, I want to go with you to the following chart, and this is the chart that we have been talking about so much in the past months, because this is the 16-year cycle chart. And what is the 16-year cycle? For the ones that don't know, I would highly recommend to you to watch the 16-year cycle video over on my channel, because this is basically on a macro scale predicting what Bitcoin is going to do, and it gives you a structure on what you can do, when you can actually cash out Bitcoin. When is the season for buying? When is the season for selling? Right? So basically, we got four-year cycles. 3 years up, 1 year down is a normal 4-year cycle. So we got that 3 times. 3 years up, 1 year down. 3 years up, 1 year down. 3 years up, 1 year down. Only the last 4-year cycle of that bigger secular cycle, that 16-year cycle, it is 1 year up and 3 years down. It is flipped. This is exactly what we have seen with the adoption of the internet. The .com bubble did exactly the same thing. And I'm not preaching right here like, okay, I'm 100% sure that this is going to happen. Definitely not. But this is a structure that I'm watching. And if we, for example, do see a nice blow off top around this area, in these months, I'm definitely going to take profits. And I have already some strategies in place. So after we surpassed this green box and we lose the all-time high, if we have set a new all-time high, I am out. I am out of the markets, because that will significantly increase the probability that we are going to see a top. Just like we had right here. We surpassed the previous all-time high. We trade above it a little bit, we lose it, but that is the moment you want to cash out, the moment we are losing that previous all-time high, because nothing will make sense back here, because everyone is bullish, everyone is expecting parabolic rallies, and there will come parabolic rallies. You might still remember your feeling during the bull market. It is way different than during the year 2022, right? The whole narrative, all the human emotions are completely different. So this is why it's so important why you have a structure, because if you don't have a structure like this, then you will be overcome by or overthrown by your human emotions, right? If you don't have something set in place which can shake you out of that narrative and which can really wake you up, you will just go with that story. And I don't know what's the story about this. The next bull market is going to be. Maybe also all the banks are going to collapse. A lot of things. There's always a narrative, right? There's always a narrative, and that narrative convinces a lot of people to jump in, convinces them to stay, convinces them to not take profits. That's also part of greed. But it's really important that at the right moment you can set something in place which can wake you up. So I have this structure. So every couple of times I'm looking at this structure and I'm following this scenario. So I'm seeing it unfolding, which means I'm staying with both of my feet on the ground. Even though the narrative is really bullish and everything, and the emotional state is very euphoric, I can remain grounded because I can see the bigger picture. Because I already drawn it right here, and I have a lot of evidence, I have a lot of papers that back this cycle up. I got like 3 or 4 different cycles pointing out all to the same thing. That is stuff that really convinced me, because I've been right so often in the past. Think about the Shemitah cycle, where we actually predicted the stock market top in September 2021. It was 1 month off, but we have seen the S&P 500 topping around that time. So yeah, this is just what I think is most important. Short-term trading is cool. If you can profitable trade on the short-term time frame, it's awesome. You can make your job out of it. It's perfect. But if you don't get the bigger picture, if you cannot follow the bigger macro picture, you're screwed. You're just screwed. That's what I think. But okay, guys, I want to talk with you about another thing, and this is going to be a long video for the Sunday. And that is that after every bear market, we see Bitcoin rally, but we always end that rally kind of with a blow off top. So let me show you what I mean. So we had, for example, in 2019 right here, we had this rally from 3,000 to 14,000 US dollars. And let me zoom a little bit in. This is a clear blow off top. We went like kind of parabolic, and then we have this huge wick. We have this huge wick right here, and that is basically called a blow off top. Also, you see it in the volume. I don't know if the Brave, you see like a peak in the volume going up, topping, and then coming back down. Then, guys, when we have a look at the rally in the previous bear market, that was in 2014, that also actually kind of came with a blow off top. We had this bottom right here, and we actually doubled in the matter of a couple of weeks. Of course, market conditions were really different right here, and we came back down. Also right here, we had kind of a blow off top as well. So yeah, guys, you get what I mean, right? Like normally after such a bear market, the first rally will actually be quite extreme and will catch a lot of people off guard. And what we are seeing right now in the 16-year cycle, we are in the season of buying. At least that's what I do think. And we have to be realistic right here. We are running into some resistance, but we also have to be realistic. We haven't touched any significant resistance yet. Because if I were to bring out this chart, then you can see that we are still trading right here a little bit between the middle of the channel and the top of the channel. The top of the channel is at 32,000 US dollars. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we touch that level very soon. And I would also not be that surprised if we can actually break above it. That would definitely confirm the 16-year cycle, as that would definitely break a macro structure already early in the cycle, because the normal 4-year cycle will be a slow grind up. Right, it will mean 3 years up, 1 year down. So I think most people expect that right now. They expect another 4-year cycle, which is 3 years up with a slow grind. I heard everybody talking about that on YouTube, and then 1 year down again. I don't think that is the case. I think this cycle will definitely be really different than what we have seen the previous cycles, and we also see it already. Right now, this cycle is already quite different. We had quite a massive rally starting from January, already lasting a couple of months. So yeah, guys, this is basically what I think. But yeah, it can also be quite easily being validated, right? If Bitcoin does something like this, move sideways during this year, and we enter 2024, yes, then you're right. We see maybe an increased probability of a normal 4-year cycle, and this will be delayed. That rally, that parabolic rally, will be delayed. That's why I have this yellow zone right here. That yellow zone is the zone that is extra space where Bitcoin can move if we haven't moved during the green zone. So that's also, I got a plan B for that as well. That's a clear invalidation. So yeah, guys, this is basically the cycle that I'm watching. Very, very important. Make sure, if you want to get noted about this cycle, to subscribe, guys, because I will make sure at the right time I will share videos about this cycle. And I know it's going to be a hard job for me to convince most of you to take profits when every single one of you is bullish, including your parents, including your plumber, including your barber. You know, everyone will be bullish, so it will be a difficult job for me to convince you to take profits. But I will try to do that with this macro perspective and reminding you about 2022, how fucked up it was to ride this whole bear market, your portfolio minus 80% down. That is my strategy to help you guys take profits at the right time. And if you take profits right here and Bitcoin still pushes a little bit higher, who cares if we afterwards start a major recession and a 3-year bear market, right? Bitcoin will go to way lower levels. I think Bitcoin during this bear market can go to way, way lower levels. So if you don't, basically this is also what I say, this is your last chance to take profits. If you don't take profits during this bull cycle, you're basically screwed, because what do you think is going to happen when we have a 3-year long bear market, or even a 2-year long bear market and a 2-year long recession? Can you survive a 2-year recession on those savings? I don't think so. 2022 was already quite hard, right? If this is going to be a magnitude of 10 from what we have seen in 2022, it will be very difficult. So I'm going to play that on safe. So guys, I have an announcement to make. Of course, the winner of the cryptocurrency trading course for this week is Big and Tall. Big and Tall, you can open an account over on the blockchaintoday.com. Send me an email with your account details, with which email you created that account, and you will be handed the cryptocurrency trading course, which will help you significantly in becoming a profitable cryptocurrency trader. Then guys, for every single one of you who's interested in getting more content, more valuable information, make sure to go to whaleportal.com and join WhaleAlerts. You can join WhaleAlerts basically by joining Bybit as an active trader with the affiliate link down below. Also, if you join with the affiliate link down below, you can get a $30,000 deposit bonus. The biggest deposit bonus ever created by Bybit. If you are living in the United States or you cannot sign up on Bybit, you can also join bitget. For that, you have to go to exchanges right here on whaleportal.com. It will bring you to this page, which is actually super cool, guys, because we are going to add the biggest exchanges right here, and you can see the average funding fee of every exchange for Bitcoin, of course, right here in the list. So we are actually taking the funding fee, Bitcoin, US dollar settled contracts, and the funding fee for Bitcoin settled contracts. We calculate the average, we put it right here. You can see for all the exchanges once we are ready with this. That is truly, truly amazing, guys. So for the funding rates, all the most accurate funding rates, you go to whaleportal.com. If you want to join bitget, click on this button, guys. Click on this button, visit bitget. It will bring you to the bitget page with our affiliate link. Sign up on there, deposit $100 US, go back to WhaleAlerts, submit your user ID and from bitget, and that's also fine, and we will add you to the Telegram channel. So guys, make sure to do that if you're interested in that. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. And I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you have an awesome Sunday. And I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.